90% of people who take the DET spell these words wrong. But are you one of them? Let's find out. If you're making spelling mistakes in the DET, it's really going to pull down your writing score. And that's in questions like listen and type, interactive writing, the writing sample, and more. So let's go through the 35 most commonly misspelled words in English and make sure you're better prepared than anyone else for when you take the DET. Now, I've organized the words into 4 different categories so that it's nice and easy for you to remember. And make sure you stick around for the 4th category, because that's one that even the best English writers sometimes have trouble with. So the first category is words that have double letters. Now, the difficulty here is that it doesn't change the pronunciation of those words. So there's not an easy way to know, is this word with a double D or a single D, a double T or a single T, a double L or a single L. Really, you just have to remember them. So let's do a little test with this one. I'm going to play you the audio of a word. I'll play it twice, and I want you to choose. We have a list of 4 spellings. Choose which is the correct one. Okay? Let's have a try now. Accommodation. Accommodation. Okay, so did you get the right one? The right one, of course, is the one with double C and double M. So there are 2 doubles. It's a double-double. So that's one difficult word, and we've got a few more difficult spellings using double letters. Let's quickly run through them. So we have address with the double D and the double S. Necessary. We have occasion. Look at those 2 C's there. The next one is one that usually I'm not successful at spelling this word because I always forget, is it double C or is it double S? It's both. It's double C and double S. And how do I feel if I'm unsuccessful at spelling that word? I am embarrassed. So we've got a couple of double spellings. That's another one that I have a lot of trouble with when I'm writing without any help. Then we have aggressive. You have to be aggressive in finding your mistakes and correcting them. We have committee and we have parallel. And let's think about the score as well in DET. So if you got the first 6 of those correct, if you can spell them accurately, that's around a level 120, more or less, depending on many other things as well. But if you want to get 140, you need to be able to spell all of them correctly. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe because we've got loads of new videos helping you prepare for DET coming out every week. So just click down here to make sure you don't miss out. Category 2 is silent letters. So this is one of the most annoying things in English. When you're learning English and you come across these words that are spelt with a letter, but we don't say that letter. That letter is silent. It's annoying, and again, you have to just learn it. Now, of course, some words that have silent letters are pretty common. So, for example, this type of question from DET, let's listen to it and think, which is the silent letter in the name? So it's listen and type. Listen and type. Which is the silent letter? Of course, it's the T. We don't say listen, we say listen. Listen and type. So let's run through a few more words that have silent letters. I'll read them, you look at them and decide which letter is silent. And then I want you to make a mental note for when you're actually in your DET. Make sure you remember to write that silent letter. So the first one is doubt. Doubt. The silent letter, of course, is the B. It's not doubt, it's doubt. Word 2 is muscle. Muscle. There is no C sound, so it's not muscle, it's muscle. Then a very difficult one, Wednesday. Wednesday. So I would say that the D is silent, but it also feels like some other letters are missing. But the most important one is it's not Wednesday, it's Wednesday. The next one is honest. Honest. So of course it's the H. And then one of the most famous types of silent letters is in the next one, which is Neil. Neil, of course, the K. Next, a very common word, often mispronounced as well as misspelt, would. Would. So I would say definitely the L is silent, but also maybe the O. Because if it was W-O-U-D, we might say woad, but this is would. It's an sound. So definitely the L, maybe the O. And the next one is also really tricky. So this one, receipt. Receipt. So it's the P that's silent. And that receipt is when you pay for something in a shop and they give you that piece of paper, or now like they send you an email or something. That is your receipt, your proof that you bought it. So then just two more, and it's the same letter that's silent. The first one is island, island. And then the second one is my surname, my family name, Carlisle, Carlisle. So you might look at that and say Carlisle, and many people do make that mistake, but it's Carlisle. So the silent letter is S. So we've looked at double letters, we've looked at silent letters. The next difficult category of spelling is homophones. What are homophones? So to show you what homophones are, we're going to do a quick activity. I'm going to play you a listen and type question from the DET. So you'll hear a sentence, and I'm going to show you a student's answer. And I want you to find the mistake with that answer. Okay? So let's listen and check the answer now.
It was the first time I'd read a book about gardening.
Okay, so welcome back. So did you find the mistake? Of course, the mistake was the spelling of red. So this student had spelt it R-E-D. The correct spelling for reading a book, reading an article, reading a magazine is R-E-A-D. Even if it's in the past, we still say R-E-A-D. So what are homophones? They are words that sound the same, but are spelt differently. So red, the color red, and yesterday I read a book. They sound the same, but we spell them differently. So let's quickly go through a list of some common homophones so you don't get them wrong in the DET. First of all, we have effect and effect. So that's the verb and the noun. And they sound the same. It's not affect or effect, it's an sound. Effect, effect. Then we have break. So you might brake like if you're driving and you have to go, you have to stop. That's braking in your car, but also if when you're braking in your car, you go forward and go, you've broken your nose will break. And also take a break. So they are all different meanings, but they all sound the same, but we have different spellings. Homophones. Then we have accept and accept. So I accept your idea. It's a good idea. Except there's a little problem with it. And then the next one is one that so many people have trouble with. We have there, and of course, there. So there is the possessive, like their dog is very nice. We have there like they are, they're from Peru. And we have there like look, there is a strange man in my house. And then finally we have allowed and allowed. For example, you might say, I'm not allowed to speak aloud during the test. Then let's move to category 4. So this is the one that even native speakers sometimes are not sure about. I often make mistakes for this. So let's take a look at a sentence, and I want you to see if there are any problems with it. And if there are problems, where are they? And how many problems are there? Okay? Take a look at that sentence. I'll give you 8 seconds to review. Let's have a try. Okay, so 2 problems there. Everybody is one word, everybody, and ice cream is actually 2 words. Sometimes it can also have a hyphen in the middle, but it's not one word together. So what is the 4th category? It's compound words, when we put 2 words together with each other. Sometimes we do it, and then other times we don't do it. So let's take a look at a list of common compound words where we have put 2 words together. And these are all words that could very possibly come in your real DET. So the first one is into. We also have onto. Those ones are both compounds, one word. We have notebook. We have background, we have deadline, and we have overnight. But then equally, we have lots of words that people sometimes think are compound, like they've been put together, but they're actually two words. So, 5 examples of these. We have high school, living room, study time, class trip, and credit card. So those are the 4 categories. Now you're pretty familiar. You know what to look for to make sure your spelling is as correct as possible. Let's do a little bit of practice to see how much you've remembered. So I'm going to give you another listen and type question. So you'll hear the sentence, you'll hear it 3 times, and I want you to do your best to write it down, okay? You could write it down in the comments under the video if you want, or you can write it on your phone, whichever you prefer. You're going to hear it 3 times over 1 minute, and there's going to be some difficult spellings in there, okay? Let's have a try now. The background information was crucial to address their doubts effectively. The background information was crucial to address their doubts effectively. The background information was crucial to address their doubts effectively. So there we go. Pretty difficult listen and type question. Lots of tricky spellings in there. Let's take a look at the answer. So it would be, the background information was crucial to address their doubts effectively. So lots of double letters, a compound word, background, and some silent letters as well. Lots of different things going on. If you got that one correct, that's a good sign that you're on your way to getting at least 120, maybe higher. So there we go. Well done. You've got to the end. You've learned over 35 tricky spellings so that your writing in the DET is going to be as good as possible when you take the test. Now, I suggest that the next thing you do is to keep practicing. And in fact, we've got the perfect video for you to practice those listen and type questions. It's 10 listen and type questions, getting harder and harder in difficulty. The link to it is just up here, or you can find it under the video. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to prepare in the most complete way for the DET, make sure you check out our complete course. It's designed to help you get 120 the first time you take the DET. The link is just here under the video. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.